Your tires are wearing out right now, faster than they should. And the worst part is you can't see it happening. No warning light, no strange noise, just quiet, invisible damage that ends with a blowout on the highway or a replacement bill you weren't expecting. I've been diagnosing tire failures for 20 years. The same preventable mistakes show up every single time. 10 simple habits fix all of it. And trick number 1 is the one most people never hear about until it's already too late. But first, understand this. Your tires are under attack from 2 directions. On the outside, friction grinds away tread every time you drive. On the inside, sunlight, heat, and ozone are slowly hardening your rubber and causing cracks, even when the car is just sitting. And the scary part? You can't always see it. Tires can look perfectly fine while quietly falling apart inside. So let's start with trick number 10 and work up to the most important one. Why do front tires always wear faster? Simple. They handle steering, most of the braking, and on front-wheel drive cars, all the engine power. 3 jobs at once while the rears just ride along. Trick number 10 is rotating your tires, one of the cheapest ways to dramatically extend tire life. Rotate every 5 to 7,500 miles. The tires working overtime up front get a break in the back and the other way around. Most people skip this or wait too long, and every extra mile on unevenly worn tires is money thrown away. All-wheel drive owners, pay extra attention. Your drivetrain is extremely sensitive to tire size differences. Uneven wear forces drivetrain parts to work harder, causing real damage to expensive components. Keep all 4 tires at nearly identical tread depths. Replace all 4 together when differences become noticeable, and always put newer tires on the rear axle for stability. If your vehicle has a matching full-size spare, include it in the rotation. A 5-tire rotation spreads mileage across all 5 and keeps your spare actually usable when you need it. Rotating is only half the story. Balancing is just as important. Most steering wheel vibrations aren't alignment problems. They're unbalanced wheels, bent rims, or damaged belts inside the tire. Balance every time you rotate. If vibrations continue after balancing and a rim check, inspect your bearings, tie rods, and shocks. How your tires are mounted matters too. Use a torque wrench in a star pattern. Uneven lug nut tightness warps brake rotors and causes wobble. Retighten after 50 to 60 miles of driving because everything settles under load and heat. A $30 torque wrench prevents both too loose and too tight problems. That covers trick number 10, and most people are already failing at it. But wait until you hear about the seasonal strategy that can literally double your tire life. Ever noticed how your tires lose grip overnight in winter? That's not imagination. When temperatures drop below 45 degrees Fahrenheit, your all-season rubber starts hardening. Hard rubber on cold road means longer braking distances, less cornering grip, and higher sliding risk. Trick number 9 is swapping to winter tires during cold months. They use a completely different, softer rubber with deeper grooves and sipes, those tiny slits in the tread blocks. That softness stays flexible and cold, and gives dramatically shorter braking on snow and ice. This isn't a fancy upgrade. It's a safety move you can't skip if your area gets cold winters. But most people miss the best part. Running each set only during its season means each takes half the yearly abuse. You're doubling the life of both sets, for free. Swap when temperatures stay below 7 degrees Celsius for 7 straight days. Swap back after 7 warm days. Buy a second set of steel rims for your winter tires, about $200 to $400. You skip mounting and dismounting fees each season, which also stresses the tire bead and shortens its life. The rims pay for themselves in 2 seasons. Every seasonal swap is also a free inspection window. Check for damage, measure tread depth, clean off salt, and look at your brakes and suspension. These moments catch problems early before they turn expensive. Store off-season tires clean, marked with their previous position, in a cool, dark, dry place. Replace winter tires when tread falls below 4 millimeters, because that depth is what gives them their winter advantage. Now, what about every other day when you're actually driving? This next trick might be the hardest, because it means changing a habit most drivers don't realize they have. I'm going to be honest. Trick number 8 is how you drive, and most drivers don't want to hear it. You can buy the best tires, keep them perfectly inflated, rotate on schedule, and still destroy them in half the expected mileage by driving aggressively. Hard acceleration, late braking, sharp cornering, and skidding all amplify friction and heat. The forces are so intense that rubber literally transfers from tire to pavement. Every hard launch, every panic stop is shaving life off your tires in real time. I once inspected a car where the owner went through tires in 14 months. Same car, same roads, same mileage as his wife's vehicle, which got nearly 3 years from the same tires. He drove like he was late for everything. She didn't. Same car, same tires, double the life. That's how much driving style matters. Dry steering is another killer most people never think about. Cranking the wheel while completely stopped grinds rubber directly against pavement with no rolling motion. Next time you park, keep the car moving slightly while turning. Overloading also speeds up wear. If you regularly carry heavy loads or tow, check your manual for correct pressures under load and rotate more frequently than normal. One more thing most people never think about. Where you park matters. Fresh asphalt that hasn't fully cured is still soft, and parking on it while it's hot can leave impressions on both the pavement and your tires. Even regular hot parking lots accelerate rubber aging when your car sits for hours in direct sun. If the surface still looks glossy and feels sticky, don't park there. The takeaway is simple. Smooth driving is free. Smart parking costs nothing. And together, they're two of the most powerful tools you have. But what if you drive an electric vehicle? EV tires play by completely different rules. Trick number 7 is handling EV tires differently. EVs have a tire wear problem most new owners don't discover until their first replacement comes way early. Electric vehicles are heavier because of battery packs, and they deliver 100% torque instantly. That extra weight plus instant power is brutal on tires. Owner reports show EV tires wear roughly 20% faster than comparable gas cars. 20%. Nobody mentions that at the dealership. The reason is physics, and the solution is simple. Use Eco or Comfort mode to reduce instant torque and wheel spin. Choose tires built for heavier vehicles. Consider slightly smaller wheels for taller sidewalls that flex more naturally. And rotate more frequently than standard. The extra weight and torque demand it. There's also a noise issue. Without an engine masking road sounds, tire noise becomes obvious inside the cabin. Longer-lasting tires are noisier, quieter ones wear faster. Balance based on your priorities. The bottom line for EV owners: durable compounds, strict maintenance, and EV-specific tires when available. That covers EVs, but this next trick applies to everyone, and it's the one most people miss completely. It's the skill that separates people who get blindsided from people who see problems months early. Most people look at tires and see two things: fine or bald. But there's a world of information in your tread that tells you exactly what's wrong with your car. Trick number 6 is inspecting and documenting everything. Small tread punctures can usually be repaired with an internal patch and plug, but sidewall damage, shoulder punctures, or exposed cords can't be fixed. Replace immediately. No exceptions. Same for bulges. A sidewall bulge means broken internal structure that can fail at highway speed. If you see one, don't drive on that tire. Different wear patterns are diagnostic codes. Center wear means overinflation. Edge wear means underinflation or excess weight. Feathered tread means a toe alignment problem. Smooth inner edge wear means a camber issue. And cupping, those alternating bumpy spots, I'll explain exactly what causes that in trick number 3. But for now, just know what it looks like and sounds like. You'll hear a rhythmic humming or growling that changes with your speed. Run your hand over the tread and feel for those alternating high and low spots. I inspected a customer's car where both front tires had severe inner edge wear. He'd replaced tires twice in 3 years, blaming the brand both times. His camber was off by almost 2 degrees. A $60 alignment fixed what 2 $800 tire sets couldn't. Without knowing how to read that wear pattern, he'd have gone through a third set. After any hard pothole hit, get a professional inspection. Hidden internal damage can cause failure days later, and keep records of every rotation, alignment, and pressure check. Most tire warranties require proof of maintenance. No records, no claim. One owner I know filed a warranty claim at 33,000 miles and won because he had every receipt. Without that paperwork, he'd have eaten the full replacement cost. Build simple habits, regular gauge checks, a tread photo log, and a small kit in the car with a valve tool and portable pump. Mark your tires before service to verify the shop actually rotated them. 10 minutes of documentation saves hundreds of dollars. But what happens when your wheels aren't pointing straight? Even tiny misalignments can chew through tires shockingly fast, and you won't feel it until the damage is done. Trick number 5 is wheel alignment. A misalignment so small you'd never notice while driving can silently eat through tires over thousands of miles, dragging them sideways instead of rolling clean. You could experience different warning signs. The car pulls to one side, steering wheel sits crooked, or one side of a tire wears faster. But if your suspension parts are worn, alignment is a waste of money. Worn ball joints and tie rods change wheel angles under load. The shop's machine might read perfect with the car sitting still, but nothing holds once you're driving. Fix worn parts first, then align. 3 angles matter. Camber is tire tilt looking from the front. Top leans in, that's negative camber eating the inner edge. Top leans out, positive camber eating the outer edge. Some inward lean is normal. Too much destroys tires. Toe is how tires point from above. Fronts toward each other is toe in, apart is toe out. Even tiny toe errors create constant sideways scrubbing every time the wheel turns. Still with me? Caster is the steering axis lean from the side. If it differs left to right, the car pulls and tires wear unevenly. These work together and change under load. Manufacturer specs are ranges, not exact numbers. Sitting at the extreme edge of that range still adds up over thousands of miles. Toe errors are the worst offender. That sideways scrubbing never stops. Every single rotation, wearing tread away without you feeling a thing. Every mile on misaligned wheels is permanent damage. Get alignment after every tire install or suspension work. $40 to $100 for alignment versus $500 to $1,000 for premature tire replacement. That's one of the best returns on investment in all of car maintenance. Some cars come from the factory with aggressive negative camber for sportier handling, eating inner edges from day one. A good alignment shop will tell you what's adjustable and what isn't. Alignment damage is invisible until it's done. But the next killer is even sneakier. It's literally just air. How long since you actually checked tire pressure with a gauge, not glanced at the dashboard light? Actually measured. If it's been over a month, you're gambling. Trick number 4 is mastering tire pressure. The simplest thing you can control and one of the most powerful. When underinflated, sidewalls flex too much, creating heat. Edges carry more load than the center. Fast edge wear, dangerous temperatures, and structural failure risk. Overinflated, all wear goes down the center. The correct pressure is on the sticker inside your driver's door, not the number on the tire sidewall. That sidewall number is the maximum, not the recommendation. 2 very different numbers, and confusing them is one of the most common mistakes out there. Check monthly when tires are cold before you've driven. Don't rely only on the dashboard system because some don't alert until well below safe levels. Get one good digital gauge for $15 to $20. Those gas station stick gauges are basically guessing. Temperature swings affect pressure directly. Roughly 1 psi per 10° Fahrenheit change. Set pressures in spring and never check again. Underinflated all winter, overinflated all summer without knowing it. Even 2 to 3 psi low starts degrading handling and increasing edge wear. 5 psi low seriously reduces tire life. Period. Unexplained pressure loss? Could be a corroded rim or failing valve stem. A shop fixes this for $30 to $50, way cheaper than the tire it saves. And don't forget your spare. Check it monthly. A flat spare when you need it is a nightmare nobody wants. I want to share a real case. An owner noticed center wear at 32 psi, which screams overinflation. But the real cause was uneven weight distribution between axles. The fix was weighing the car and adjusting per axle, not just following the door sticker. Sometimes the standard advice isn't enough. What if brand new tires start wearing unevenly within weeks, and the reason has nothing to do with the tires? Trick number 3 is keeping your suspension and brakes healthy. Shocks, struts, ball joints, tie rods, and bushings all keep tires planted on the road. When they fail, your tires pay the price. Shocks and struts are the most common culprits. They control vertical wheel motion. Worn shocks let wheels bounce and skip, lifting and slamming the tire back down in a repeating pattern that creates those alternating high and low spots called cupping. Along with visible tread damage, you get road noise and vibration that only gets worse, and most people just turn up the volume and ignore it. Check shocks with a bounce test. Push hard on each corner. Count bounces. More than 2 means the shock is likely worn. Other signs: bouncy ride, body lean in turns, front dive under braking, fluid leaking from struts. I once worked on a truck where the owner replaced cupped tires 3 times in 4 years, blaming the tire shop each time. His rear shocks had been dead for years, and nobody ever checked them. A $200 shock replacement would have saved over $2,000 in tires. $2,000. That's what ignoring your suspension costs. Replacing cupped tires without fixing suspension first is throwing money into a furnace. The new tires will cup again, guaranteed. Brakes matter too. A dragging caliper produces uneven heating that wears one corner faster. When cupping appears, follow this order. Replace shocks in matched pairs, fix worn bushings and ball joints, service wheel bearings, then align, then mount and balance new tires. Document the whole sequence. If rebalancing never fixes a vibration, insist on a full mechanical inspection. Get a second opinion if you have to, and don't confuse cupping with cold weather flat spots. Morning vibrations that disappear after a few minutes are normal in cold weather. Vibrations that stick around after the tires warm up mean check the suspension. Suspension directly determines tire life. But even with perfect suspension, choosing the wrong tire undoes everything. Trick number 2 is choosing the right tires wisely. A lot of people pick tires by price alone, never checking whether that tire was built for their vehicle, driving style, or climate. That one decision can mean 30,000 miles versus 80,000. Harder rubber gives more mileage but less grip. Softer rubber grips better but wears faster. There's no magic tire that gives both. Super deep tread doesn't help either. Taller blocks flex too much and generates heat that speeds wear and can cause chunks to break off. The tool most shoppers ignore is the UTQG rating printed on every sidewall. Think of it as a report card. Treadwear estimates longevity compared to a control tire rated at 100. A 700 score should outlast 300 by more than double. Traction, AA through C, measures wet stopping. Temperature, A through C, measures heat handling. Compare within the same brand for best accuracy, and always cross-check with independent reviews and warranty terms. It comes down to one question: long life for daily commuting, or grip for spirited driving? Match your climate and owner's manual specs, and compare cost per mile, not sticker price. A tire that costs more, but lasts twice as long, almost always costs less over time. Strong choices for daily commuters. Michelin Defender family, Goodyear Assurance, Max Life with an 85,000-mile warranty, Hankook Kinergy PT in the 800 UTQG range. All weather, Pirelli Cinturato Weather Active, and Nokian Remedy WRG5. Some premium tires put harder rubber in the center for durability and softer rubber on the shoulders for cornering grip. Best of both worlds. Quick note on run flats. They let you drive roughly 50 miles after a flat to reach a shop. The trade-off is a firmer ride, more noise, and about 70 to 90% of regular tire tread life. Many experts recommend replacing them at 6 years, regardless of tread. Now, we've reached the top. Trick number 1. The one that matters more than all the others combined. This is the trick most people have never heard of. Trick number 1 is respecting your tire's age limits. Tires have an expiration date, not based on tread or mileage, based on age. It doesn't matter if they look and feel perfect. If they're old enough, they're dangerous. Full stop. Tire rubber breaks down from the day it's made, even sitting untouched. The long rubber chains that provide flexibility slowly break apart. Sunlight, heat, and ozone cause those chains to rebond too tightly, making rubber hard and brittle. This damage is permanent. It can't be reversed, ever. What makes this terrifying? Even before a tire ever touches a road, bad storage speeds this up. That brand new tire might have sat in a hot warehouse for 2 years before reaching the store. You think you're buying new. You might be buying damaged. Tire makers add protective chemicals that migrate to the surface and shield against UV and ozone. But these chemicals need regular driving to keep migrating. When tires sit too long, protection slows and aging accelerates. This is why rarely driven cars often crack worse than same-age tires driven daily. Check the DOT code on your sidewall. Last 4 digits are manufacture date. First 2 are week, last 2 are year. A code ending in 2524 means the 25th week of 2024. Check every tire you buy, even brand new from the store. If it's 2 years old on the shelf, negotiate or walk away. Replace at 3 to 4/30 seconds tread depth for adequate wet grip. For age, seriously consider replacement after 6 years from manufacture. Retire any tire by 10 years, no matter how good it looks. Visible cracking, belt separation, or repeated high heat exposure, replace even sooner. So this is the bottom line. Tires die from neglect, not bad luck. Your checklist: monthly cold pressure checks, rotations at every service interval, alignments after impacts or whenever steering feels off, balancing at every rotation, inspections after pothole hits, and record everything. When something changes, a noise, a vibration, mystery air loss, get it checked. Replacing for safety always beats chasing a few extra thousand risky miles. If even one trick saves you from premature tire replacement, hit that like button. I want to know, which trick are you going to try first? Drop it in the comments. Click the video on the left for more car maintenance secrets that actually work. And subscribe for the real tips that keep your car running for decades. Don't let your tires die young. Give them the attention they deserve, and they'll reward you with years of safe, reliable driving. And if you want your car's reliability to go even further, the next video on screen reveals the maintenance secrets that help cars reach 300,000 miles. These are the habits most people never learn. Click now, and I'll see you there.